Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, also known as Aegis Day. Kill. Aegis is awesome. I like the style of the ships. I own, I think, most of them except for this bad boy in the middle here. I do not own a reclaimer. I have a friend who does, and that's good enough for me. Um, let's talk about this ship in a moment. Let's take a look at the show floor this morning. So we're looking at the Nautilus and Vulcan. That'll be underneath the Reclaimer. In the middle, we got the Saber Comet Reclaimer. And then we're going to have the Retaliator, Eclipse, Hammerhead, Gladius Valley, Gladius, Avengers, all of them. The Avengers, assemble. The Redeemer, and then the Vanguard Wardens over on the other side. So lots to look at today. And let's talk about this big, bad, beautiful Reclaimer here. So this bad boy is going to be really, really useful in the next patch, because they're bringing salvage finally. So we're going to have the Drake Vulture for smaller salvage, and then we're going to have this beast. They'll be able to turn that nice 890 jump pyro wreckage into a lot of money to sell. It's going to be very handy. Still sprinting citizens everywhere. So again, if you have a chance, you can rent it and fly it. A little bit of warning for the Reclaimer: if you do rent it to fly it, boost straight up using your VTOL till atmosphere, my friend, then fly it. She's huge, she's heavy, she's not meant for combat, she's got a crap ton of turrets, so she can sure as hell defend herself, but she's just, it's an impressive industrial ship, and I highly recommend renting it, trying it out, finding a friend with it. Over here we have the Saber Comet. It is just a Saber with a different paint job. That is it. Nothing else special. Same as the other Saber over here. That's all they are. It's a stealth fighter. The stealth mechanics aren't quite in the game yet. Eventually it's going to be a very deadly ship. 4 size 3s. And in theory you're going to be able to sneak up on your target and then just unload on them before they even know you're there. So it'll be pretty handy as a kind of stealth fighter. So let's see what the description says. Yeah, just says space superiority fighter for situations where you need to leave a lighter footprint. Alright, let's take a peek underneath. Of course I started making a video and I got something in my eye. Ah! It's not a Duma. So yeah, that is a funny thing of note I hadn't even thought of. Aegis doesn't have ground vehicles. Like right there would be where the ground vehicles would be, but they don't have any. I wonder if that's going to change in the future. Holo viewer model. This is the Aegis Vulcan. As a mobile repair. I think it was like Vulcan, named after the Roman god of the Forge. It's Greek or Roman, one of the two. Someone who's watching this is right now going, oh my god, how does he not know this? Answer is, I probably do, but I've forgotten it. And then here we have the Nautilus, the mine layer. It'll be coming eventually. I really like the look of this ship. I think it's very cool looking. I think its purpose is amazing. It's going to be able to drop and retrieve mines. Think about it this way. You're out with your crew in an Orion mining on asteroids. You have one of these lay some mines around you as protection. It may not take out whatever's coming at you, but you're going to know something's coming when you see a big old explosion in the distance. So a very handy tool to use for securing an area and defending against attacks. So very cool ship, will have a lot of use in the verse. Not to mention just griefing one side of a jump point. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that, because you could in theory put those mines right on the other side of a jump point and just sit back and chuckle. So we'll see how they handle that. Sprintin', sprintin', sprintin'. We'll head to Hull 4. 91 beats per minute. I'm working out here. Too bad. If I was running, I'd be dead right now. No way could I sprint this far. Alright, we got the Eclipse and the Redeemer. The size 9 torpedo baddies. The Eclipse is an awesome, fun ship. 2 size 2 weapons, and then 3 size 9 torpedoes. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's another stealth ship. When stealth comes in, this is the one that's going to be taking out capital ships, and they won't even know it's there. Very cool bomber. A lot of fun to fly. A lot of fun to do ERTs, extreme risk bounties. You can pop a hammerhead and have fun. Now over here, we got the Redeemer. Flies worse than the Corsair. Not a drunken sailor. We're just going to call it a... let's just say this is what would happen if you take a submarine and put it in space. That's what the Redeemer is. 6 size 9 torpedoes. But what makes this thing most stand out, and why I think it's going to be very powerful in the future, is the turrets. It's just bristling with turrets. So fully crewed, this thing is a beast. It's got a massive amount of hull hit points, good shields, good survivability, those size 9 torpedoes, lots of turrets and firepower to defend it. No pilot firepower. The pilot firepower is just the torpedoes. But with the turrets and the torpedoes going, she's quite the force to deal with. Think of this as like your B-29 Super Fortress from World War II. Lots of turrets, self-defense armament, but it packs one hell of a punch against larger targets. Now that my character's calmed down a little bit, we'll start sprinting to the next hull. So let's make sure to get our bearings real quick. Okay, so this should be heading over that way. I love the NPCs. Oh, this is so enthralling. Ooh, let me watch this happen. Here we have the Vanguard series. The Sentinel, the Warden, the Harbinger, and the Hoplite. Excellent series of ships. Sentinel over there has got the EMP. Do not purchase the Sentinel for the EMP, ladies and gentlemen. Do not buy it for the EMP. Buy it because you're interested in future electronic warfare. That's what this ship is about. The currently loaded EMP is a stand-in for the electronic tools this ship is going to have. It's going to be able to override docking collars. It's going to be able to shut down ships. It's going to be able to steal data. It's going to have EMP missiles rather than an EMP built into the ship. So it's got a lot of future functionality coming to it that does not currently have. I believe this is going to be the Warden. Yep, Warden is the heavy fighter. With a turret gunner, this thing is absolutely devastating. All of these ships are devastating in combat, even more so when you have a turret gunner. Don't fly it solo, folks. This is a multi-crew fighter. Like all multi-crew fighters, you don't get the full performance unless you got a turret gunner. It's not maneuverable enough to keep up with an Arrow or a Gladius, but if an Arrow and a Gladius gets in the back of the, or out of the firing arc of the main guns, that turret can keep them busy. So again, try them out, rent them. The Hoplite, the Harbinger, comes with size 5 torpedoes, and then the Hoplite over here is the jump ship. The jump ship's in a rough spot. It's competing with actual jump ships, so it doesn't really fit its role very well. I'm interested to see if this is going to get a rework in the future. Alright, let's head to the next hull. I really do like the Vanguard series. It's another one that I think people sleep on. It used to be the meta. People have moved away from it. But I think once armor really becomes a thing and comes back into the game, they're going to wish they had at least one in their hangar. I've kept the Sentinel because I'm curious about the electronic warfare gameplay in the future. I don't fly it much now, and I do not use the EMP I hate EMP gameplay as it stands in the verse right now. Let's run underneath the behemoth. Gotta love the industrial look of this ship. Excuse me, the Reclaimer, not the Redeemer. Look at the size of the landing struts. Now we've got a Hull 2 and then a Hull 3, and that'll do it for today. There we have the Redeemer and the Titans. Titan is still one of the best starter ships. The Cutter's really good, don't get me wrong. The Titan is also very good. I'm not sure where I would put it comparing the two, to be honest. I would say if you're more combat focused, the Titan's your winner. If you're more industrial focused, the Cutter is your winner. But they're excellent starter ships for combat. This one is the Titan. This one should be the Stalker. I'm trying to remember, I think this is the one that comes with the EMP. Let's see, you can see it in the back. One's like a police bounty hunter, the cell. Okay, this is the police bounty hunter with the cells. So kind of like the Drake Cutlass Blue. So it's the Warlock. The Warlock comes with the EMP. Here's the Aegis Redeemer, one of the most awaited ships in the game. It came out, people loved it for a short period, and it's kind of not been used a lot. I still have it, and I love it, and it's still one of my favorite ships to fly. I think it has excellent pilot firepower, excellent turrets, and for its role going against medium and large ships, it does an excellent job. Not great against fighters, not great against smaller ships. But against larger ships, it's quite the firepower gunboat. And then over here, this must be the Warlock. Now this is Titan Renegade, and then this is the Warlock. Yep. So the Warlock has a big old EMP. You give up some of your cargo space for this EMP in the back. Then the Renegade... I don't remember what makes this ship special. Now let's take a look. I don't know. It's another adventure titer. Take a look on the website to see. Smoke test seat dump. I don't remember seeing this before. That's kind of cool. Alright, next hangar. Return to our Forrest Gump impersonation. Let's see if we can catch this guy. Everyone here is very fit. Haha! We beat him. Here we've got the Gladius, the Hammerhead. Gladius is a great ship. We've got the Valiant in the base. Only difference is the paint scheme and loadout it comes with. I believe they're both the same price. Maybe the Valiant is slightly more money. Really, there is no difference between the ships other than a paint scheme. Gladius is an excellent fighter. It's pretty much the premier fighter at this point in time. It's an excellent light fighter, very flexible. It's the gold standard ship for Squadron 42, so when Squadron 42 comes out, this is what we will be flying. And as such, it gets most of the adjustments and improvements first. So it's a good ship to own. It's a lot of fun. And then over here we have the Hammerhead. If you've got a lot of friends to play with and you want to load them up in turrets and just spew firepower everywhere, this is the ship to own. It's a lot of fun to fly. It has some good missiles for the pilot. The pilot has no guns, just missiles. And that's pretty much it for the show floor today, guys. We've covered everything. Remember to come in, rent them, fly them, try them out. If you do buy anything during IAE, you get 10 years of insurance on it. They've said time and time again that insurance is going to be relatively cheap and not a real concern. Most people tend to chase lifetime insurance, but let's be honest, 10 years versus lifetime, same darn thing. Because once the game launches is when the insurance kicks in. And we've already been playing this game for 10 years, and another 10 years, if we're still playing this game, I have a feeling you'll be able to afford to pay insurance for all of your ships. If not, you're doing something wrong. But again, that's it for today. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for the view. Like, comment, subscribe. And check out my videos on all of these ships. I have a video, I think, for every single one of the ship we've looked at today, except for... No, I even have one of the Reclaimer. So yeah, check it out. Have a good one.